What up, everybody? GeekSpot82 here with your Modern Horizons 2 box opening. I told you guys I was going to try a new setup. I've got the camera set up. I've got a close-up camera so I can show you what I pull from the box. Hopefully it works out better than it has in the past for me. I'm really excited for this set. I'm excited for so much stuff. I want all of the stuff. I want it all. So I'm going to open this. We're going to get started. Unboxing videos usually take forever anyway, so let's move it right along. Alright, so we've got 30 packs with 12 cards per pack. This is the set booster box. I'm really excited to see what all we get. What Planeswalker were you most excited for? What legendary creature are you most excited for? I am really looking forward to getting Chatterfang and building my Squirrel tribal deck, as well as the Dakin Planeswalker card. And my first art card is Dakin himself. Very appreciative of that. And our rare is, let's see, Fractured Sanity. So 3 blue for a sorcery. Each opponent mills 14 cards with cycling. When you cycle Fractured Sanity, each opponent mills 4 cards. So I'm definitely going to be putting that one in my Nekusar deck. It's more of a mill deck. So the art card for this is General Rorik. And let's see what else we get. All right. Rare number 1 was the Diamond Lion. So that costs 2. For an artifact creature cat, I can tap it, discard my hand, sacrifice Diamond Lion, add 3 mana of any one color, activate only as an instant. Our second rare for the pack was Chance Encounter. It's 2 and 2 red for an enchantment that says whenever you win a coin flip, put a luck counter on Chance Encounter. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Chance Encounter has 10 or more luck counters on it, you win the game. So nice little win con there. And that's it for that pack. Goldmire Bridge is the art card for this one. Alright, we got our first legendary creature, Haru the Volatile. 2 with 2 red, 2 white, 2 black for a legendary Elder Dragon. Flying lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Haru the Volatile unless you pay 3, which would be a red, white, and a black. When Peru dies, it deals 7 damage to each non-legendary creature. That's pretty awesome. Our rare was Harmonic Prodigy. It's 1 and a red for a human wizard with prowess. If an ability of a shaman or another wizard you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. That's a pretty powerful addition to any wizard deck. Alright, our art card for this one was Savilun of the Sea and Sky. Gorgeous merfolk art. First rare is Obsidian Charma. It's 3 and 2 red for a dragon. This spell costs 1 less to cast. For each land your opponents control that could produce colorless mana. It has flying. When Obsidian Charma enters the battlefield, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Our next rare was Goblin Bombardment. It's 1 and a red for an enchantment. Sacrifice a creature. Goblin Bombardment deals 1 damage to any target. Great addition to any Goblin deck. Alright, our next pack. Art card is Gaia's Will. Alright. Our first rare is the Nixos Paragon. It's 4 and 2 white for an enchantment creature, Human Soldier. Whenever you gain life, you may put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. That's fantastic. Our next legendary mythic rare, Titania, Protector of Agroth. So this is a reprint for this set. It's a very good card. And we also got a Planeswalker. This was a great pack. And I got Dakin, Shadow Slayer, legendary Planeswalker. Cost Esper. Dakin Shadow Slayer enters the battlefield with a number of loyalty counters on him equal to the number of lands you control. So that is a great one. You can get him out early if you need to make some moves. But if you get him out later, you can do so much more with him. Alright, so we got Rise and Shine for our art card. Our rare is Dam. 2 black for a sorcery. Destroy target creature. A creature destroyed this way cannot be regenerated. It also has Overload for 2 and 2 white. So that's pretty fun. Alright. Unbounded Potential is our art card. Nettlecyst is our rare, so 3 artifact equipment. It's a living weapon. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact or enchantment you control. Some good artifact love in this one. And then our other rare is a foil Avi Progenitor Ooze. Costs 2 and 3 green for a legendary creature Ooze with Storm. Ave Progenitor Ooze isn't a legendary if it's a token. Ave enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each other Ooze you control. So that's pretty fantastic. Alright, our art one for this is Silver Bluff Bridge. And our rare is the Old Style Border Diamond Lion, which would be our second copy of that. Second rare is Out of Time. Costs 1 and 2 white. Whenever Out of Time enters the battlefield, untap all creatures, then phase them out until Out of Time leaves the battlefield. Put a time counter on Out of Time for each creature phased out this way. It has Vanishing. Pack number 9. Our art card is Squirrel Sanctuary. Our rare is Chef's Kiss. 1 and 2 red. Gain control of target spell that targets only a single permanent or player. Copy it, then select the target. Copy it, then reselect the targets at random for the spell and the copy. The new targets cannot be you or a permanent you control. Alright, pack number 10. We have our art card, which is Suspend. Alright, our first rare is Gaia's Will. It's a sorcery with Suspend 4 in a forest. Until the end of turn, you may play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. If a card would be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile that card instead. I'm reading these at an angle, so if I'm reading, my reading cadence is weird, that would explain why. So that's the rares and the art cards for the first 10 packs. I also did get a couple of foils, and we'll show you those just very quickly. Blacksmith Skill, Abundant Harvest, Echoing Return, Revolutionist, Foil Mountain, Foil Tangle Pool Bridge, Lonesome Curator, Storm God's Oracle, Island, Disciple of the Sun, and Vidalcan Infiltrator. Alright, so moving on to the next set of 10. Our art card for this one is Doss Forge Bridge. There we go. Our rare is Resurgent Belief. Sorcery with Suspend 2 for 1 and a white. Turn all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty powerful. And that is it for this pack. Blossoming Calm is our art card for this pack. A second copy of Ave. And a copy of, I don't even know how to say that, Sevlum of Sea and Sky, legendary Merfolk God. She has Indestructible as long as you control at least 2 other Merfolk. Whenever she attacks, draw a card. Other Merfolk you control have Ward 1. Super excited for that one. Definitely going to go in my Merfolk deck. Our art card for this pack is... yeah, that guy. Can't say his name. I know we learned how to say it thanks to the commander's quarters, but I didn't watch the full video and I didn't learn how to say his name. That's on me. Our rare is the Territorial Kavu. It's a Gruul for a creature Kavu with Dominion. Territorial Kavs. Power and toughness are each equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control. Whenever it attacks, you may choose one, discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Exile up to 1 target creature from a graveyard. That's pretty fantastic. And we also got Chainer Adept, Nightmare Adept for 2 and Rakdos. Legendary human minion. Discard a card. You may cast a creature from your graveyard this turn. Activate only once each turn. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if you didn't cast it from your hand, it gains haste until your next turn. It's pretty great. Alright, Rustvale Bridge is our art card for this pack. And our rare is the Academy Manufacturer. It's 3 for an artifact creature assembly worker. If you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create one of each. We also got a copy of Nevinral's Disc. It's 4 for an artifact. It's a reprint. You guys should know what that one is. I'm not going to go through reading it. It's the best board wipe. Because you see it coming. You get to draw out a counter. Maybe not the best. Unbounded Potential is our art card for this pack. And that is our foil, gold foil signature card. Dress Down is our rare. 1 in a blue for an enchantment with flash. When Dress Down enters the battlefield, draw a card. Creatures lose all abilities at the beginning of each instep. Sacrifice Dress Down. Alright. Just over the halfway point. Cauldra Complete is our art card. Our rare is Dermotaxi. Cost 2 for an artifact vehicle with imprint. As it enters the battlefield, exile a creature card from a graveyard. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control until the end of turn. Dermotaxi becomes a copy of exiled card, except it's a vehicle artifact in addition to its other type. And we also got a copy of Unmarked Grave. 1 in a black for a sorcery that says search your library for a non-legendary card, put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle. That's pretty fantastic. Our next pack is Aeromoeba. Whoop. And our rare is Priest of Fell Rites. So for Orzhov, you get a human warlock. You can tap it, pay 3 life, sacrifice it, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, activate only as a sorcery, and then it has Unearth for 3 and Orzhov. Our other rare was Upheaval, so 4 and 2 blue for a sorcery, return all permanents to their owner's hands. Oh, beautiful. Foil, extended border, Merfolk God. That's a great pickup. I'm happy to see that. Alright, we got Chatterfang for our art card. Now if I can just get a copy of the real card, we'll be in business, won't we? Alright. Alright, we had Sylvian Anthem for our first rare. 2 green for an enchantment that says green creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. We also got a copy of Squirrel Mob. So 1 and 2 green, Squirrel Mob gets +1/+1 for each squirrel on the battlefield. Alright. Pack 19. Scion of Draco. It's our art card. Well, it's not a rare, but it is a legendary creature for Captain Ripley Vance. Happy to see that. We got a mythic rare in Grief, 2 and 2 black for an elemental Incarnation Menace. When Grief enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Evoke, exile a black card from your hand. So not a double rare pack, but happy with Grief. Super happy with my Pirate. Legendary creature. Lonus Cryptozoologist is our art card. Our rare is Karth the Lion. Legendary human warrior. Whenever he enters the battlefield, before a planeswalker you control dies, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal a planeswalker card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Planeswalker's loyalty ability to activate costs an additional 1 to activate. Alright, so those are all the rares for packs 11 through 20 and all the art cards. We did get some additional foils that I didn't show you, and I'll show you those now. We got a foil Jade Avenger with the alternate art, which is gorgeous. Radiant Epicure. Urban Daggertooth. The Forest. Fodder Tosser. An Island. Slagwoods Bridge. Tavern Scoundrel. A Mountain. A Hellmongrel. A Combined Kryllisis. And a Dark Moss Bridge. So those are the foils. Alright, last 10 packs. Let's dig in. Alright, our art card is Recalibrate. And we got an Arid Mesa. And a Vindicate, which is a reprint. Chatterstorm. There's our art card. Murktide Regent is our rare. Murktide Regent is 5 and 2 blue for a dragon with Delve, flying, and Murktide Regent enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each instant and sorcery card exiled with it. Whenever an instant or sorcery card leaves your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on Murktide Regent. Right. Timeless Dragon is our art card. Slithis Harvest Hand. Legendary enchantment creature Nymph. Costs Selesnya. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Definitely going to include her in my Kamanatra Enchantments Matters deck. Alright, our art card for this one is Karth the Lion. Our first rare is Search the Premises. 3 and a white for an enchantment. Whenever a creature you control, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, investigate. It's a great way to get some ramp. I'm sorry, not some ramp, to get some card advantage. Sword of Hearth and Home is our next art card. Our rare is Inevitable Betrayal. So it's a sorcery with Suspend 3. Cost 1 and 2 blue. Search target opponent's library for a creature card and put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Then that player shuffles. It's fantastic. And then we got a copy of Suspend. Costs 1 blue for an instant. Exile target creature and put 2 time counters on it. If it doesn't have Suspend, it gains Suspend. Alright, and then we also got a copy of Solitary Confinement. Cost 2 and a white for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Solitary Confinement unless you discard a card. Skip your draw step. You have Shroud. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. Nice little protection spell. Alright, last 5 packs. Dragon's Rage Channeler, is our art card. Sanctum Weaver is our rare. Cost 1 and a green for an enchantment creature Dryad. Tap, add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of enchantments you control. Again, this would be great in my Kamanatra Enchantments Matter deck. And then Lannis, Cryptozoologist. Cost Simic for a legendary Snake Elf Scout. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, investigate. You can tap it, sacrifice X clues. Target opponent reveals the top X cards of their library. You may put a non-land permanent with the mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield under your control. That player puts the rest on the bottom of their library. Alright, Chef's Kiss is our art card. And we got a copy of Void Mirror. Costs 2 for an artifact. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. We got a copy of Braids, Cabal Minion. 2 and 2 black for a legendary creature, Human Minion. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices an artifact, creature, or land. Gadron Diada, which is one of the other Planeswalkers, is our art card. Solitude is our mythic rare. Costs 3 and 2 white for an elemental incarnation with flash and lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to one other target creature. That creature's controller gains a life equal to its power. It also has Invoke. Alright, last 2 packs. We're almost there. Flay Essence is our art card. And that person is our rare. Legendary Human Wizard. As long as you've discarded a card this turn, you may pay either black or red to cast this spell. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named the Underworld Cookbook, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, sacrifice 2 foods, target creature deals 6 damage to itself. Our other rare is Wander, 3 and a blue for an incarnation, flying. As long as Wander is in your graveyard and you control an island, creatures you control have flying. Alright, last pack. And Archfiend of Sorrows is our art card. Verdant Command is our rare. Which is 1 and a green, choose 2. Target player creates 2 tapped 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens, or counter target loyalty ability of a planeswalker, or exile target card from a graveyard, or target player gains 3 life. We also got a copy of Verdant Catacombs. And that is it. That is the box. So those were all the rares. And the foils that I did not show you included Soul Snare, Sakphos Reaver, Razortide Bridge, Recalibrate, Unholy Heat, Late to Dinner, Phantasmal Dreadmaw, Slag Strider, Bone Shards, and Prismatic Ending. Alright, so that's the box opening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you like this format more than my previous formats. Let me know which one you like the most. That's the one I'll do from now on. I just wanted to give this last final option now that I had the ability to. Hope you enjoyed the box opening. Let me know what your favorite card was. I'm super happy to get the Shocklands, of course. Arid Mesa and Verdant Catacombs, but I collect the Planeswalkers, so the fact that I don't have to go now buy Dakin is super exciting for me. And I absolutely loved my Extended Border foil Merfolk God that will definitely be getting put in my Merfolk Commander deck. Thanks for tuning in. Leave me a comment. Make sure you smash that like button. We'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.